Ever feel like living in the United States just costs too much? You're not alone. And, honestly, many Americans are taking action. They're moving abroad to places where the cost of living is lower, but the quality of life stays high. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 countries where you can live comfortably on a smaller budget without giving up the good stuff. Let's get into it. Let's start with Portugal. This little country in southern Europe has been getting a lot of attention lately, and for good reason. Whether it's retirees, remote workers, or couples looking to downsize their life, Portugal seems to tick a lot of boxes. What people love about Portugal is how much value you get for your money. The cities are gorgeous, full of history, with colorful buildings, tiled sidewalks, and cozy cafes on every corner. Cities like Lisbon, Porto, and Braga are all popular with expats, but you can also find some real hidden gems in smaller towns and villages. In Lisbon or Porto, a couple can expect to spend between $1,800 to $3,000 per month, depending on how they live. Sure, Lisbon can be pricier if you're right in the city center, but even then, it's usually still cheaper than a major US city like New York or San Francisco. For example, renting a 1-bedroom apartment in central Lisbon might cost around $1,200. But if you go 30 minutes outside the city, that rent can drop to $650 or even less. And in smaller towns, you can sometimes find decent places for under $500 a month. That's a big difference if you're used to US rent prices. Food in Portugal is another win. Eating out at a local restaurant might cost just $8 to $10 for a good meal. In some towns, like Braga, it can be even cheaper. Maybe $6 for a traditional dish like bacalhau, their famous codfish. Compare that to a $25 meal back in the States, and you can see why people feel like their money goes further. Healthcare is also a strong point. Portugal's public healthcare system is highly rated across Europe. Expats can use the public system, and many also choose to get private insurance because it's quite affordable. Routine checkups, prescriptions, and even small procedures often cost just a fraction of what you'd pay in the US. On top of all that, the pace of life in Portugal is calm. It's a culture that values time with friends and family, enjoying good food, celebrating local festivals, and soaking in the sun. The weather is mild year-round, especially along the coast, and that makes it perfect for outdoor living. So if you're dreaming of a slower, sunnier, more affordable lifestyle, Portugal might be exactly what you're looking for. Next on the list is Panama. This Central American country is a favorite among retirees and digital nomads for several reasons. It's got beautiful beaches, lush mountains, warm weather all year, and a government that actually welcomes expats with open arms. Panama City is the capital, and a modern, bustling place with high-rise buildings, shopping malls, restaurants, and nightlife. Living there can cost anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 a month, depending on your choices. That might sound like a lot until you compare it to big cities in the US, where the same lifestyle could easily cost twice as much. Even in Panama City's nicer neighborhoods, things like rent and groceries stay fairly affordable. A 1-bedroom apartment might run around $1,000, and you'll find lots of local markets where fresh fruits, veggies, and meats are sold for much less than in the US. Now, if you're not really a city person, Panama has some amazing smaller towns too. One of the most popular is Boquete. It's a mountain town with spring-like weather all year, usually around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's become a hotspot for American retirees. Monthly expenses in Boquete can be as low as $1,000 to $2,000, depending on your lifestyle. Another place that's getting more attention is David, pronounced David. It's less touristy, but has everything you need, including hospitals, restaurants, and shopping. And get this, rents in David can start at just $200 a month. Eating out in Panama is cheap too. A local meal might cost you $5, and there's lots of tasty street food if you want to eat like a local. You'll find fresh fish, rice, plantains, and tropical fruits on almost every menu. One of the biggest reasons retirees love Panama is the pensionado program. If you're a retiree, with a steady income, like Social Security, you can qualify for this visa. It gives you discounts on utility bills, public transport, plane tickets, and even entertainment. It's basically the government saying, thanks for moving here, let us help you out. And healthcare? Panama has solid hospitals and clinics, especially in larger cities. A regular doctor's visit might cost around $50, and even private health insurance plans are affordable. Some expats say they actually get better care in Panama than they did back home, and for a lot less money. Whether you love the energy of a city, the calm of a small town, or access to both mountains and beaches, Panama offers a lot of flexibility. Finally, let's talk about Mexico. This is the #1 destination for American expats right now. And it's not just because of the low cost, it's also close to home. You can easily fly or even drive to many parts of Mexico from the United States, which makes it easy to stay in touch with family or visit whenever you like. Mexico offers a wide variety of places to live: coastal towns, colonial cities, big urban centers, and small quiet villages. There really is something for everyone. In general, you can live comfortably in Mexico for about $1,000 to $2,500 a month, depending on where you are. For example, a one-bedroom apartment in Mérida might cost around $500. In Mexico City, rents might start at $600. But in smaller towns, you might find rentals for under $400. That's a huge difference from the United States, where the same kind of apartment could cost $2,500 or more. Food in Mexico is also incredibly affordable and delicious. A local meal might cost you $5 or less. And it's not just cheap, it's good. Mexico has a rich food culture, so you'll enjoy dishes like tacos, mole, tamales, ceviche, and more. Street food is everywhere, and usually safe, tasty, and super cheap. Healthcare is another area where Mexico shines. Many Americans actually travel to Mexico specifically for medical care because it's so much more affordable. A regular doctor's visit might be around $30. Clinics and hospitals in larger cities often have top-quality facilities and staff. Some doctors even speak English, especially in areas popular with expats. One thing to remember, though, is that knowing some Spanish will really help. While some areas have a lot of English speakers, especially near the coasts or tourist zones, being able to speak the local language makes life smoother and helps you connect with the community. As for lifestyle, Mexico is full of energy and culture. There are festivals year-round, beaches with turquoise water, art galleries, markets, museums, and live music just about everywhere. Whether you're walking through the colonial streets of Oaxaca or relaxing in a beach town like Puerto Escondido, life in Mexico feels alive. So there you have it. 3 countries where Americans are moving because life is just easier and more affordable: Portugal, Panama, and Mexico. Each of these places offers something different. Portugal is perfect if you love European charm and a laid-back culture. Panama works well if you want tropical weather, tax perks, and easy access to both city and nature. Mexico offers diversity, low prices, great food, and the comfort of being close to home. None of these places are perfect, of course. Moving abroad always comes with challenges: visa paperwork, adjusting to a new culture, maybe learning a new language. But for many, the trade-off is worth it: more peace of mind, less financial stress, and a better quality of life. If you're thinking about making a change, maybe it's time to take a closer look. It doesn't mean you have to leave the United States forever, but knowing you have options, that you can live well somewhere else without spending a fortune, that's pretty empowering.